Welcome back to the channel, your go-to destination for the hottest new releases. This week, Netflix is adding a massive 28 titles to its library, and with so many options, it can be overwhelming to find something truly worth watching. That's where I come in. I've narrowed it down to the 8 best new additions that are absolutely worth your time and subscription. Give me just 10 minutes, and I guarantee you'll discover at least 3 must-watch releases that you won't want to miss. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the top Netflix picks of the week. Starting our list is Don't Let Go, which is added on Netflix on the 16th. Jack is a great uncle to Ashley and always helps her when she needs him. Since her mom is always busy and her dad is a gangster, Jack is like a second parent. One day Ashley calls him in a panic, but the call cuts off. When Jack gets to her house, he finds her whole family dead. Then he starts getting calls from Ashley, but she's calling from the past. This movie is a mix of mystery and time travel, making it super exciting. The idea feels fresh, even if similar things have been done before. The story keeps you on the edge of your seat as the past and present clash. But some parts are easy to guess, which makes the big twist less surprising. Still, it's a fun and thrilling watch from start to finish. Season 1 of My Family was released on Netflix on the 19th. A dying father asks his messy family to take care of his kids when he's gone. Fausto spends his last day with them, and after he dies, a surprising new family forms. At first I thought this show would be a light, funny family story, but wow, I cried so many times. It's a beautiful story about loss, grief, and how everyone deals with pain in their own way. It also shows that nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes, and we have to accept them to move forward. Fausto isn't perfect either, but he does his best for everyone, and he teaches others to do the same. This series is different from anything I've seen, and I'll definitely watch it again to remind myself how precious life is. Dhaam is the next movie on our list. On their wedding night, a weird but fun couple ends up in a wild chase, running from both bad guys and the police while looking for Charlie. Things take a crazy turn when they accidentally get mixed up in a police case. The story has lots of twists, kind of like The Hangover, where they have to figure out what really happened. There's a cool mystery item that plays a big role, but saying more would spoil it. Some parts are fun, but a few scenes feel too long, especially Yami Gautam's rant, which doesn't always work. While Yami misses a few beats, Pratik does a great job. The ending is wrapped up nicely, but if things had been polished a bit more, this could have been an amazing comedy. Rambo Last Blood was added on Netflix on the 15th. Nearly 40 years after his first movie, Sylvester Stallone is back as John Rambo, one of the best action heroes ever. This time Rambo has to face his past and use his tough fighting skills to get revenge on a dangerous mission. I watched this movie in a theater full of Mexicans, and no one was offended. Everyone cheered at the end, and the final scenes were super emotional. Rambo is a character that's really popular in Mexican culture, and sadly, the villains in this movie are based on real problems happening in my country. I actually think Stallone did a good job showing the truth about crime. It's not a perfect movie, and it feels a bit different from the others, but when Rambo shows up, you really feel it, and even though the violence is pretty intense, it makes sense given the situation. So go watch the movie, enjoy it for what it is, and know that we're all happy to have another Rambo film, and no one here is upset. On our 4th spot we have Operation Finale. Oscar Isaac plays the famous Mossad agent Peter Malkin, and Ben Kingsley plays his evil enemy. After finding Eichmann in Buenos Aires, Malkin and his team capture him and bring him to Israel for a big trial that lasts 8 months. Movies about Nazis always make me uncomfortable, even when they add dramatic music and over-the-top acting. It just feels wrong to make Nazi crimes look too glamorous. But even though this movie has a bit of a heist movie vibe, it's still worth watching. Oscar Isaac is great, kind of like old-time movie stars. But Ben Kingsley's version of Eichmann is a bit surprising, not as scary as I expected. There are better movies about this topic, but I think it's important to remember what happened in the Holocaust, and movies like this can help make people understand the truth. On our 3rd spot, we have Heart of Champions. After finishing last in a big race, a college rowing team starts falling apart because the team leaders, Alex, Chris, and John, can't get along. Then, Coach Murphy, a tough Army veteran, shows up at the start of the new season to turn things around and help them reach their full potential. Using his experience and unique methods, Coach Murphy helps them get over their personal problems and learn how to work together. This movie is about college students who face tough challenges in life, like loss, family pressure, and peer pressure, and learn that no one can do everything alone. They discover that they need to depend on each other, both on the team and in life. On our second spot, we have To Catch a Killer. A smart but troubled police officer teams up with an FBI expert to catch a killer who's terrorizing Baltimore. I first heard about this movie because some reviews compared it to Silence of the Lambs, so I had to check it out. The movie is like the mystery thrillers from the 90s, but it's not exactly like Silence of the Lambs. The killer is really dangerous and leaves a lot of victims. The pacing is pretty good, and honestly, it's more exciting than a lot of thrillers today. The movie grabs your attention right from the start, and all the acting is great. Even though some people didn't like how it ended, I thought it was perfect. This is one thriller I'd actually want to watch again. The most anticipated TV show this week is 0 Day. The limited series stars Robert De Niro as George Mullen, a revered former president now leading the 0 Day Commission, tasked with uncovering the masterminds behind a catastrophic cyber attack that has plunged the nation into chaos and claimed thousands of lives. As disinformation spreads like wildfire, Mullen must navigate a treacherous landscape where the ambitions of power brokers in technology, Wall Street, and government collide, each with their own agendas. His relentless pursuit of the truth forces him to confront buried secrets from his past, putting his reputation, relationships, and everything he holds dear on the line. 0 Day explores the urgent and complex question of how we discern truth in a world fractured by crises and manipulated by unseen forces. In an age dominated by conspiracy theories and subterfuge, it challenges viewers to consider how much of the turmoil is orchestrated and how much is a product of our own fears and imaginations.